Hey, what's up, fellas? Welcome to my channel, Man Up Mental Health. Life advice at 38 years old from a black male therapist, military veteran, father. This video, watch until the end to get really important points to why it's really, really important what you tell yourself. Letters cast spells. You put letters together, you put words together, it creates a spell. Words are like ingredients. 38 years old, I've seen a lot this lifetime. If you guys want to learn the knowledge and wisdom that I've gained for 30 years living on this planet, from Detroit, 2 combat deployments to Iraq, being a combat medic for the Marine Corps. Watch to the end of this video. Some of these points may shock you. Living in America, it's a country that's filled with many different spirits. Spirits are invincible entities. Words are spirits. They have influence, they have power. Knowing what I've known now, I would have really paid attention to the value of words. Words are all powerful. The most powerful thing in this world. I wish I would have knew that as a young man. The words you tell yourself, the words you accept from others, all powerful. Let me go through this gate real quick, fellas. Good morning. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Really pay close attention to the things you tell yourself in this country. America has many different spirits. A lot of people tell themselves many different things. Some people tell themselves positive things. Some people tell themselves negative things. Your mind is a language generator, all right? Your mind is always going to spit out words to you. The research says 90% of what we think is negative, 89%, 80 to 90% of what we think is repetitive. Your mind is really biased and it's going to always highlight the negative. If I would have known this when I was younger, I would have poured more positivity into my spirit and looked for more positive sources. Pay close attention to the things that you tell yourself when you're a young man. The media and society is ran off of a word and narrative industry. The American economy is running off of narratives. You've been hearing this word pop up a lot. Narratives. Narratives are like scripts. Race in America is a real thing, guys. People don't like to talk about it because right now, everybody's money and finances are on the line. I'm an independent man, combat veteran, retired. I work for myself. I am money. So I don't live in fear of telling the truth and leading the young generation. There's a lot of racism in this world, but it's bigger than racism. Race is a narrative, it's a script that was created based off of characters and attributed character qualities designed by those who are in power and who want to keep that power. If you want to survive in this country, you have to understand the narration that goes with race. Each culture has a script or a narrative around them. They talk a lot about in this new age stuff, and it's really not new. It's been around forever. Your aura, and aura is nothing but just a bundle of words around you. But you don't have to accept these words. You don't have to accept these narratives. I work with a lot of young men, and I've been through it myself, where we buy into these scripts and these narratives about ourselves. What does the society say about our race? For specifically being me being a black man. Black men are criminals. Black men don't take care of their children. Black men are not safe to have around your daughters. All of these are words, guys. It's words. You have to really value and understand as a young man at 38 years old what I've learned. Understand the power of words. Understand the power of language and what you tell yourself and what you accept. In cognitive behavioral therapy, they talk a lot about how words influence your feelings and feelings influence your behavior and what you choose to do next. When we're young, we tell ourselves all kind of things. We're listening to all kind of music. All of this music that you guys are listening to, you know, that I was listening to, that I still listen to, guys. I'm not perfect. The rap music, and all rap isn't bad, but a lot of that music that really just reinforces the idea of the black man being at the bottom, or the white man being the problem. This is what keeps us divided in society. And it's these narratives and these scripts, it's these spells. Letters cast spells, words cast spells when you put them together. Words are ingredients. It's these things that keep people in poverty, that keep people paranoid, that keep people living in fear because they buy into these scripts. America's ran off of an industry. You see, Hollywood, what is Hollywood? It's a movie industry, it's a film industry, entertainment industry. What is the biggest bread and butter of the industry? Words, scripts, narratives. Actors perform and they cast for what? To be able to be the ones that are placed in the script of these words. They believe that based off of how they look, their image, I fit this role better, right? A lot of people say I like Will Smith. You guys would call me Kill Smith. So I'm killing all the hate and the false narratives that's going on, all right? Man, there's so much at 38 years old. Give yourself positive words. The Bible, from my knowledge, one of the only spiritual doctrine that really emphasizes the power of words. God's word. God says he's love. You got, I've studied Buddhism, I've studied, and I'm not no master, Hinduism. I studied a lot of different religions. To my knowledge, Christianity, and I have a right to my opinion, guys. One day I'll be dead and gone, and you guys will be looking back on these videos. So I feel like at almost 40, I'll be 39 on June 7th. What do I got to lose? So I'm going to speak my truth. Christianity, to my knowledge, is one of the only religions that really emphasizes the power of your words. It says, as a man thinketh, so is he. What is thought? Thoughts are words. As a man accepts certain words, so does he become. A lot of guys I'm working with, all races. It's not just black guys. We got to look at race like a narrative in a script, like a Hollywood script or a narrative or a role. And it's getting to the point now where people don't even really want to, and it depends on the person's spirit and their value system, they don't even really want to interact with you because they've already bought into the role in the script. So when they look at you, they already try to match how you look in American society to the script. So me being black, me looking like I look, I got tats. People are already going to assume, well, based off of the script and the narratives, you a gangbanger, right? What's your say? Little do these guys know I'm a two-time combat veteran, combat medic, fought for my country, sacrificed for my country, right? So that way when my son go into the military, my daughter goes in, they don't have to. But the fight is going to always continue because it's a fight of faith, right? It's a spiritual war. The American economy is getting hard. People are losing jobs. I just found out Costco is closing down 600 locations. You know, people are, suffering out here. I got clients, almost about 25% of my caseload is unemployed, and they're all gifted, talented, with degrees. This is serious. 38 years old, get your college degree, get some sort of training, trade, whatever, get it. Growing up in Detroit, it wasn't popular going to college, guys. A lot of the guys wasn't sitting around on the corner handing out transcripts and discussing, oh, What you guys going to talk about to the career counselor for college? What degree you going into? That wasn't the conversation, guys. And you know what? You fast forward years later, a lot of these guys are hurting. You know, a lot of these government programs are getting cut out. This is almost like a prophecy. It's going to get tighter. It's going to get tighter, fellas. You think it's tight now, it's going to get tighter. And you want to know why? Because of words and the narratives people are buying into. The hate is getting stronger and more powerful. I go out some days and I'm a military veteran, fought for my country. Am I always smiling? No. You know, do I walk around with balloons around me and flowers and birds spinning around my head? Probably not. But does that mean I'm not as deserving of respect and love? No. But that doesn't mean you're going to always get it. A lot of negativity, a lot of negative energy. What is that? Words, rigid words. You got to look at your mind, guys, from what I learned at 38 as a storyteller. You guys want to be in Hollywood, you want to be stars, and you want the script so bad, right? Where your mind is giving you a script all day, every day. You got Hollywood right there behind your eyes. All right? Ask yourself, am I going to buy into this script? You know, I'm black, I'm not good enough, I won't be nothing. I'm white, I'm the problem. I'm Asian, no one cares about me, they only see me as smart. Whatever the race is, all of it is just words, guys. So one thing I learned, words cast spells. Pay attention to the words and the spells you're casting on yourself. Man, it's not even enough video to really capture all of this. Love being a man. People gonna make you feel guilty for being a man. I grew up with all women. Thank God I had someone I could grow up with. Some people don't even have that. They put a lot of love into me, and I'm so thankful for my grandma. I didn't learn how to be a man from them. I had to go out and look for manhood from so many different sources, from the streets, the entertainment industry. I'm looking at rappers, Lil Wayne, anybody who had some sort of appeal and could speak to me being a young black kid in Detroit. And I know it's not just limited to black folks, white folks too, all colors. That's who I resonated with because I didn't have a man in the house that could model that. At some points, I felt ashamed being a man, having these urges and these pleasures and desires. Don't be ashamed of being a man, fellas. It's a blessing. There's so much power granted to you. I wish at 38 years old, I would have really truly valued and loved the fact that I'm a young boy, young male. You're so blessed, especially if you have your health. Man, this is unscripted, guys. This is me going from my heart. Like I said, I monetized myself. I worked hard for what I have. So for me, it's not about overperforming for the public and trying to prove myself to anybody. 38 years old, focus on how are you going to survive out here? The narrative is constantly changing. It's going to change again. Jobs you thought that was there, they're gone. They're evaporating. People are becoming creators more than ever, independent, entrepreneurs. That's going to be the lane of the future. Because a lot of these companies, if you don't fit the script, you're not getting in. Simple as that. Doesn't matter if you got the master's degree. You're going to have to work hard and create. You don't got to be a YouTuber, but use the gift that is placed inside of you. Everybody has a gift. Every man has a gift or something unique they can give to this world. You got to discover that. Don't go outside looking for the value. If I was younger, I could go back 38 years old, I would figure out what my value system is. What's important to me? When you don't know what your values are, you're people pleasing. That's what's going on. People so afraid to speak up, live out their dreams. You know why? Because they're not connected to their value system, guys. I know I'm speaking a little bit passionate about this, but see, I actually do this work. I'm a real therapist. I'm not just a man that get on here with a camera and talk. I really do this. I went to college for this. Okay? So this is coming from real life experience and training. This isn't just me grabbing no camera. All right? I'm the real deal. Young guys, know your value system. Commit to it. What is values? Words. But it's positive words. It has power in it. You know why? Because it's aligned with your purpose, meaning. Really understand the value of words. Words cast spells, guys. All right? Why do you think so many guys are so lost, effed up out here? They were the man back then, right? Because of the words they were telling themselves, the words they accepted, the words they still tell themselves. They got a spell over them. That's what's going on in America right now. It's a lot of spell casting. The news, the media, all these scripts they're reading off of. That's why a lot of times I don't even really watch the news, man. For what? I am the news. You know why? Because if I was to go out here and to fall into the script they put out here for these black men, do something crazy, I'm going to be the news. So why do I got to watch the news? All right? People going to be mad when you speaking the truth. They're going to be upset. You want to know why? Because they're living a lie. That's why. They're living a lie and they're too afraid to live their truth. At 38 years old, I would have really paid close attention to who I was listening to. You see all these rappers and guys we looked up to, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you name it, man. And I'm not going to talk down on the brother, but we don't hit on women over here. We don't beat on women. I'd rather just walk out. That's one thing I would have, told myself. And I never put my hands on no woman. Walk away, fellas. When you're young, your emotions are high. You're going off of these scripts and these narratives. Walk away from the situation. Don't put your hands on a female, on a woman, a young lady. These are our mothers, our sisters, our aunties, our grandmothers. You got to learn the value of woman. You ain't got to like everything they do. You ain't got to agree with everything that they do, but you got to value them because without them, there is no world. Who you think you came from? That's what I would have told myself back then at 38 years old. I grew up with a lot of hatred and just disappointment and frustration being a man. Life felt so unfair. But you know what? 90% of our thoughts are negative. We have this thing called the negativity bias. Everybody is carrying it. A lot of people are buying into these spells. This is a part of the Real Talk series. I'll be doing more videos like this. This is unscripted. I got 2 more videos coming. Really nice videos that, one on fatherhood and one on dealing with toxic exes. I appreciate you guys watching the video. This is the Real Talk series, unscripted. 38 years old, life lessons, things I would have wished I would have been taught at a young age. It's okay to go to college. It's okay to be a man. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Go to, get a degree, build your career up, or even go to the military. There's nothing wrong with that. Create your own narrative, your own script. Do the right thing. Don't hit on women. Don't beat on women. Beat your value system down. Hit that. Randy Wineglass, LMFT, in California and Florida. Peace.